Well, those who have read history, okay, they understand that socialism is for morons. I love Seattle. They just elected a new mayor. I don't know her, but I've read a lot about her. She's a typical moon bat. You know, she's a community organizer, probably eats tofu and organic broccoli. She's a self-avowed socialist. She's proud of things that she should be ashamed of. She's entitled to her opinion, and I guess what I just said is kind of mean. I'll stop being mean if she'll stop being foolish. The loon wing, the Bolshevik wing, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party is obviously in control. That's what drove the shutdown. That's what made Senator Schumer do what he did. He knew better. Remember,
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guess who's back? And guess who does it again? Yeah, I can't wait, man, to get into this. God bless Senator Kennedy. Term limits, except Senator Kennedy. He's exempt. To however long it lasts, Senator Kennedy is exempt. I repeat, he is exempt. I tell you, man, but I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy, that you are having a great weekend, that you're in good spirits. You know, it's one love to the human race, man. We are wishing the best in everybody's life. That's what we advocate for. That's what we're pushing for, you know. And hey, here we are, man, in 2025, man. What a time to be alive. You just can't make this up. These politicians, Washington, the Democrat Party, you know, especially that Democrat Party, you know, and don't forget about the Republicans too now. You know, there's tons of people that need to be walked out, man. I think people need to be walked out in handcuffs, you know. But here we are, man.
Well, the Socialists have now gone coast to coast, with Socialist Katie Wilson officially defeating the incumbent Democratic mayor of Seattle. Wilson's first move was to call for a boycott of hometown Seattle Starbucks.
I could not be prouder to stand here with Starbucks baristas in solidarity today. I'm asking everyone who believes in fairness, dignity, and workers' rights to stand with us on this picket line. While baristas are on strike, the baristas have shared that the best way to show our support is not to buy Starbucks in solidarity.
And like Zoran Mamdani, Wilson has expressed support for government-run grocery stores, while a newly resurfaced clip shows her taking it a step further and trying to regulate private businesses that need to close.
When big corporations lay off hundreds of people overnight, the whole community suffers. We need to set the standard here in Seattle. Corporations must give 90 days notice for mass layoffs and fair severance pay for laid-off workers. Seattle families deserve fresh, affordable food, and workers deserve dignity and stability.
Wilson not only shares many of
Not this Democrat Party, these socialist communists, I tell you. Oh boy. I tell you, I wish somebody just come on in here and hit me upside the head and put up a PowerPoint and try to explain to me how it's going to work. But sorry, I just don't see it. Even if you hit me upside the head and put the PowerPoint up on the wall and say, Rick, sir, this is how it's going to work. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and this is how it's going to work out. I just still would tell you, sorry. You know? Hit me upside the head one more time. Just hit me upside the head. Maybe it might click for me if you just hit me upside the head one more time. You know? And I say, let's just let everything play out, y'all. You know, And I say, Kathy backtrack. Kathy, let everything happen. Let Zoran Mandami do what he gonna do. So I can see the New York City go straight to hell. This is good. Yeah, sometimes things got to go to hell so you can understand, so we can learn. And also so them patriots can say, man, we was right about everything with these Democrats and these socialist communists. Yeah, I think, let New York City, let these other places go straight to hell. They U-Haul, everybody packing U-Haul. Just don't come down here. Y'all stop coming down here. Y'all come down here with no registration, no insurance, no nothing. Y'all riding around with nothing. It's already too many people here. Everybody got a car, everybody got a truck. You know, it's traffic at any time of the day. Y'all stay where y'all at. Don't come to Texas. Dude, stop coming to Texas. You know, y'all want to come down here and vote and do all kind of stuff and take everything out. No, y'all stay y'all butt over there. Stay y'all got doggone butt over there. Sick of it. And everybody fleeing all over here in these red states. I take, stay y'all butt over there. If New York City and these other places go to hell, let them go there. They're already there. Like California, all these places. This is where everybody packing their bags. But God dog it, you get what you vote for. Stay y'all butt down there. If everything's free, let's see how that'll work out.
Zoran's views, she also hopes to have that coast-to-coast socialist partnership.
Not yet, although I certainly hope to. And it's funny because when I decided to run in this race, which was in February of this year, I'd never heard of Zoran Mamdani, and so it was a fun process over the first few months of my campaign to start getting text messages from friends. Oh, you got to check out this guy in New York City. And so I really do think it's remarkable and also makes a lot of sense, right? I think that there are some similar conditions playing out here in Seattle to New York. Obviously the affordability crisis being a big one. And yeah, there's some very similar dynamics. And I'm really excited to have a coast-to-coast partnership on driving forward this vision of an affordable city.
And back on the East Coast, Mayor-elect Mamdani is holding secret meetings with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Bill Maher last night with this warning to his party about embracing socialism.
Socialism, to put it simply, just doesn't work and has never worked. We've run this experiment.
Again, somebody come up in here and hit Rick upside the head and explain to me how it works. And then again, I still won't believe you. And hit me upside the head again and explain it to me again. Yeah. Come on up in here, you socialist communists, and hit Rick upside the head and explain to me how it's going to work. Please.
Many times, and the results are always obvious. Here's capitalist South Korea at night from space. Here's socialist North Korea. Yeah. Meanwhile, Venezuela traded capitalism for Hugo Chavez's socialism for the 21st century.
Well, I tell you, Bill Maher's sick of y'all, man. Every day he come out against the Democrat Party. I'm not surprised. Lately, Bill Maher has been coming out every single day against the Democrat Party. He is sick of you socialist communists. He's sick of he is sick of where the party is where it's at right now. You know, he's vomiting at the mouth, you know. So this don't surprise me from Bill Maher.
It turned one of Latin America's richest countries into one of its poorest. Low wages, high inflation, shortages, outages, 8 million people fleeing. If you think New York can somehow reinvent this wheel, you're in for a rude awakening.
Let's bring in the ever so clever Republican senator from Louisiana. You know who I'm talking about, John Kennedy. He's the author of the new book, How to Test Negative for Stupid and Why Washington Never Will. Great title. Senator Kennedy, in the Senate, it seems that the socialism battle's really playing out. You have Bernie Sanders, whose voice continues to rise. You have Chuck Schumer potentially being undercut by AOC in a primary. And then you have lone voices like John Fetterman, voices of reason, who are continually being undermined. I'm curious your experience as socialism battles out across the country. What do you hear in the halls of the Senate?
Well, those who have read history. Okay, you understand that socialism is for morons. I love Seattle. They just elected a new mayor. I don't know her, but I've read a lot about her. She's a typical moon bat. You know, she's a community organizer. Probably eats tofu and organic broccoli. She's a self-avowed socialist. She's proud of things that she should be ashamed of. She's entitled to her opinion, and I guess what I just said is kind of mean. I'll stop being mean if she'll stop being foolish. The loon wing, the Bolshevik wing, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party is obviously in control. That's what drove the shutdown. That's what made Senator Schumer do what he did. He knew better.
He knew better.
Remember the old Jack Nicholson movie line, go sell crazy somewhere else, we're all stocked up here? I don't think Chuck saw the movie. Chuck kept saying, we got this. But none of them had it, and they all needed therapy. And they hurt the American people badly, but we all stuck together, with the exception of Senator Paul. I want to thank President Trump for sticking with us, and all Senator Schumer got out of it was a lousy T-shirt that said, you know, life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid.
Yeah, you know, I want to ask you about a bill that you had. You had a bill that you wanted to put senators' pay and House members' pay in escrow. That if TSA workers are sleeping in their cars, we shouldn't have lawmakers getting paid. And there was a constitutional workaround to perhaps make that feasible. I'm sad to see that legislation go away because we could face a January shutdown. Do you think that should be revived? Lawmakers' pay put in escrow so American people don't suffer?
I'm going to try to revive it. Look, I just believe in shared sacrifice. I believe in one rule for everybody. If nobody else is being paid, senators shouldn't be paid. I didn't take my pay. Some did. I'm not putting down anybody who did, but I just think we need to set an example. I wanted to add an amendment to the resolution that got us out of the shutdown. The Senate Republican leadership blocked me. They agreed to send it to a committee, which will be voted on week after next. I won't faint with surprise if they block it there. I know it's not popular with some of my colleagues, but I just think it's the right thing to do.
It'd be a great way to avert a shutdown. Sorry, I just want to interrupt you because we only have a few seconds, and I want to talk about your book, How to Fix Stupid.
Sure.
That's a great, way to fix stupid is maybe not pay the lawmakers during a shutdown so they don't make dumb decisions. Your thoughts on your new book, which we're excited to check out.
Well, if you want to understand the shutdown, read the book. It's a story book. I use stories to talk about policy. I use stories to explain why in Washington, normal is a setting on the clothes dryer. And to try to explain why it doesn't have to be if we'll have a return to common sense. We're number 2 on the New York Times bestseller list, so I'm kind of proud of that. Look, I hope the book will make people think. It may make them laugh. Might make you day drink. But all the stories, even the deeply bizarre ones, are all true. And it's the unvarnished truth.
Well, it seems that the American people are attracted to your wisdom, Senator John Kennedy, and I don't blame them. Thank you so much for joining us.
God bless Senator Kennedy, man. Again, I tell y'all, man, people love Senator Kennedy, man. Even the people that are far, far left, and even some that are deranged, love Senator Kennedy. But what a time to be alive, man. I love you guys. God bless you all and your family. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day, weekend. We got some more things to get into on today's show. Some big things, actually. So I'll catch you on those, man. Oh boy, this thing is getting spicier and spicier every single day. Oh boy, love y'all.